What is going on YouTube? EDM Adam here. We have Dusk Volume 2 off of Excision's label Subsidia. It's broken down into 3 separate subsections. So you have Dusk, Night, and Dawn. As I did for Volume 1, we're going to do my top 5 ranked. With that being said, let's jump into it. Coming in at number 5, we have Ramen God by GLD. See, now right there, I like the kind of like light, kind of open trap feel, but when we get to this high-pitched squealing stuff, I could do without it, so that's why I came in at number 5, but the rest of it I really do like. Huge fan of this upcoming part. You get like 16 notes with the kick and everything. Love that. A lot going on in it. Like I said, the really only thing I wasn't crazy about was the high-pitch squeals. And then we almost get this kind of like metal, like rock feel in the build. So a lot of different styles going on in this thing. Coming at number 4, we have Danger Block by Space Wizard and Heritage. When I first heard this one, it's just so overwhelming and impressive with the sound design. Oh, that is filthy. Some of these sounds in here give me a little bit of a peekaboo vibe with just some like the liquid kind of like textures and some of the sound design, but really impressive stuff. Yeah, a lot of different elements. It's all pretty clean though. The second drop I like. It's got kind of like this spooky trap feel, and that's something I kind of wanted to note. When I listened through this, the biggest thing I noticed is this is supposed to be like experimental, like wonky. It felt like a lot of these tracks, or at least the ones I liked, had a bit of a like an underlying trap feel to them. At least in terms of the percussion. I misspoke. It's actually drop 3 that has the spooky trap feel, not drop 2. I mean, I don't know how else to describe that, but then this descending part here. Alright, number 3, Late Night. I think it's Audigy, like Prodigy, but audio, Audigy, and Quadro. Right away, when you hear this, it doesn't sound like it's something that would show up on Dusk. It's got kind of this nice, elegant chords. And then obviously the vocal sample, which I'm a fan of. Probably the only song on the album that you can kind of sing along to. I guess what I should note before the first drop comes in is I really wasn't a fan of the first drop, but the second drop is so much of a redemption. The first one's kind of, again, we're getting back to this like trap kind of feel. And obviously I think the big thing is that high-pitched vocal sample, very DJ Snake-like. We've heard it a lot. Like I said, second drop I was a lot more of a fan of. There's a lot of syncopation going on and obviously very glitchy. I mean, how do you not love that? I love that. I thought this track stop here was really nice. And then on the outro, you kind of get a little bit more of a heavy, like, typical dubstep sound out of it. I guess this wouldn't be the outro, but the third drop. The one thing I do like is he's got these arpeggiators running in the background. It kind of gives it a nice texture. Coming to number 2, Headshot Matheny. Or is it Matheny? Matheny? This one is one of those simple but effective songs. I do love this kind of like falling, descending, weird, almost like detuned synth coming up to the drop. It goes nicely with what you're about to hear next. Oh, just dirty. Yeah, so obviously it's just really gritty, full bass line with that just quarter note triplet vibe going. Then what I love about this is it goes from like a downward pattern back up to a like upward or ascending pattern. And the vocal sample is just great. Like, who doesn't love vocal sample? The big difference in the second drop is instead of doing the quarter note triplet feel, which gives you a much slower vibe, we go into an actual triplet. If you listen closely, he follows that kind of AAB pattern or 1-1-2. It's very common in, you know, a lot of rhythmic or drumming exercises. The length of the phrase is repeated twice and then you double it. Just a little bit of music theory, very appealing to how humans perceive music, and obviously worked on this one since this is one of my favorites. Coming in at number 1, Awakening, Sam Lamar, out of Montreal. You darn Canadians. So many Canadians make so much good music. You guys got nothing to do in the cold up there, I swear. I think a big reason why I like this one is it has a lot of the, like melodic, almost future-based vibes at certain points, but it does follow suit and gets rather heavy. Yeah, so you hear this and you're like, hey, this is a little melodic to be on Dusk, don't you think? And that progression lasts quite a while. You almost get more than halfway through the song before things really take a turn. Totally unexpected. When I heard this, I was like, wow. Yeah, I mean, the sound selection, everything blends so well together. It's really kind of one of those like hybrid style tracks where the first half's a lot more melodic and the second half is just like break your neck. So that one had to come in at number 1. Big fan of those hybrid style tracks. That concludes the top 5 for Dusk Volume 2. Let me know what you guys thought. Dawn Volume 2 is going to be coming up here soon, and then whenever we get Night Volume 2. If you look at the wall, you probably think he doesn't really have that much like heavy bass music on the wall. We try to cover a wide variety of things here. Love me some heavy music. Definitely biased to melodic bass, but everything from house, drum and bass, dubstep, pro step, yeah, you name it. If you're new here, consider subscribing, leave a comment, like as well, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.